Clocked in, I'm locked in. I might not be a top 10, but I'm the realest nigga that ever put his socks in. A pair of moccasins, my confidence, competence, my common sense. I'm convinced that I'm the best at pumping shit. Blame my pops, he ain't come to the game, so it was either go deep or go insane. So I swung for defenses the whole game, but I was more of a base hitter than a race hitter. Searching for justice, just trying to figure out the route. No doubt, I was low down with pal. Wouldn't take much to get you choked out, but I'm cool, baby. I ain't been a fool lately. Dude thank me, these dudes hate me. So we back with another edition of the best podcast you never heard of. This is the Conceited Knowbody, episode 230.
Yeah, boy.
Titled Involuntary Brain Slaughter. We'll delve into that later. You already know who I am. This is Latours, a.k.a. Dark Skin Thanos, a.k.a. Heartthrob Harrison, a.k.a. the Fan of Facts, a.k.a. the Commodity, a.k.a. Mr. Ruggedly Handsome, if I hadn't said that. But you know how we do. We're about to have a fantastic show. Without much, I ain't got too much sauce to put on that. First off, we got
it's gonna be a fucking good show. That's what it is.
Definitely.
We still fucking getting set up this shit in the intro.
Recalibrating.
Nigga, we here.
We are gonna recap Snowfall. I've heard everybody get their take on it, and this is the thing about going after Snowfall comes on. We gotta wait a week before we can give our shit, but we are gonna chop it up about the demise of Franklin Saint. But yeah, that amongst a few other things. Without much further ado, to my right, we have the man with the mask. I don't know what that was about. That's frightening. I am definitely doing a close-up on that sickness.
It's your boy, Jason Ritchie, a.k.a. Go Jason R, a.k.a. Vanessa Williams, a.k.a. Simi the Cash on Cash App, Venmo. Shit, we can even do COD. Ho, let's go. A.k.a. Marty McHigh, a.k.a. Senor Tezito to the Latino people, a.k.a. Andrew P. Richard, a.k.a. Drew P. Dick Nigga, a.k.a. your favorite comedian. How we doing, guys? Welcome to the show.
We are definitely back in the house, and we are welcome to the show.
Are we up and at them now? Up and at them. We're up and at them.
We what?
Up and away. Up and at them.
Up and at them.
Up and at them.
Put a little nigga sauce on the D.
Up and at them.
But we do have a plethora of things to talk about. First off, before we talk about these things, we're going to talk about something important. How have you been doing? How have your spirits been?
Man, we good, man. It's actually good, man. We building up to a promising summer, a hopeful summer of a fruitful summer. This is a big shot of optimism here at TCK Podcast today, guys. Everything's good.
You giving them Mr. Rogers vibes?
No, I'm good, man. I'm glad we're here, man. It's a good day. It's gonna be a great show too.
I'm inclined to agree with that. And the way we will start this off is with a bit of recapping. No cap. Just recap. First off, what was your assessment of the final episode of the niggerly acclaimed Snowfall?
I was definitely a big man for me. That was it. That's what y'all did. That was it, but you know what? I didn't like it. I ain't gonna say I didn't like how the choices that they made to end it with Franklin. However, I'll give them this. They did end it in John Singleton fashion, if you ask me.
And what exactly you mean by that?
It's a realistic ending. It wasn't happy ending. You know, I watched this movies and I'm like, damn.
You could have let Ricky go to USA.
Damn, Kane dead?
Yeah.
That's it. It ain't no, he wake up in the hospital. It's over. So, you know.
Oh, you wanted your own pop out the bushes.
Man.
That's you.
No, nigga. It wasn't even, I almost would have rather them, just fucking just let this nigga get hooked to coke or something.
Franklin.
Yeah, almost. But then what I just saw, I mean, that's like a low hanging fruit and not really much thought into it. But
is that believable to you how he ended up?
yeah, it's a possibility. But I'm like, that wasn't good enough. Like for all that was on the line, that was at stake. You just resorted to drinking and then that was it, nigga. He would have like robbed niggas or killed niggas, hunted that bitch down for his baby and money, nigga. It wouldn't have been like that.
So he wasn't that defeated.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. They kind of cheapskated it out, and it was like for John, like nigga, don't you ever put that nigga name at the end of that.
Yeah.
But again, it was thanks for not making it a happy ending.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a happy ending for some people.
But well, you mean characters?
Yeah.
Those I mean only Franklin.
You're the only one who got fucked up.
I didn't like how the choices they made to make how he was fucked up. Everybody else, like you said, it was like, all right, I guess I can go with that. But like Franklin, I was like, no. I'm sorry. That was me. Hard no.
Yeah.
That was not
To that point, though, man, first off, shout out to John Singleton, this fantastic series that he started. I'm quite sure that had he lived, I don't think it would have ended this way.
I don't think so.
I tell people it turned into James Bond in the hood. I've never seen so many people getting tied up and tortured.
Ocean's 21.
Yeah. I was very disappointed with the end. Of course, it didn't go how I thought it was gonna go. I thought Frank was gonna get a stretch. I thought he was gonna be in Sissy's place. Sissy ended up the one in jail. There's a few things I didn't like, and it was the last two episodes. With one, they had Sissy and his wife. What was her name? Veronique or some shit.
Yeah.
It was a cool ass Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
They had them two involved in the shits. They should have never been in a hostage situation. That was unrealistic. Especially when you were high, you're a crime.
You ever had grits?
You a drug kingpin. You stupid. You a drug kingpin. So you would have capable bodies around you, no matter if you falling off financially. They highlighted 37 million, or really more than that, but that's what he's gonna take. They act like he didn't have any money anywhere else, where he had the money in the real estate. So I don't understand how that wasn't substantial enough to get you to the next, you know what I'm saying, to the next day. To where y'all out here hiding in a fucking like a cavern. Y'all like hiding in a place where you run where Jason gonna get your ass. Like, why would they go in there? You going to the place where Jason gonna come and kill you. So they out there living like refugees. That's one. I hated how, first off, we didn't like, or I know I didn't like how his mother killed Teddy. I didn't like that shit. It was very fucking emotional. No. It wasn't sensible at all. She shouldn't even been at that drop. I could be all day on this shit, so I'm a Zoom. Yeah, in the final, they're trying to make her somebody who did something cool. Like she did something that was helpful, or she was protecting you, as Leon said. That whole shooting Teddy shit was not noble. It was because Alden was dead meat. Mm-hmm. She didn't do that for
all personal, all emotional.
It was all emotion. So when she tried to spin it like she really, like they tried to push it like she did something noble for her son. She continued the degradation that he was headed to or seemingly headed to by her stupid ass fucking response. I hated that shit. I hated how they turned Franklin into a drunk. Franklin, it would have been more palatable if he was drinking throughout the series and it was like, hey man, you drink too much. It was something that led up to it.
Yeah.
This you get shit, you go to a bar, you drink, and next thing you know, you's fucked up. Yeah. So, and then the other part that I fucking detested was how quick his girl was to leave. How she became a snake at the end. I say snake because she should have went and did the business deal at the end, right? Like she did that shit totally behind her back. It's out of character for everybody and what they already had going on. She seemed like she even said, fuck you, mama. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He said, fuck you, mama. So now we supposed to be locked in. Mm-hmm. So I didn't like how they turned her character in a way to leave him, which if she gonna leave and shit, this still shouldn't enhance you getting to the bottom. Then the Leon storyline is goofy as hell. How now he's Nas on belly. He wants to go to Africa. He sent his wife to Africa because anytime she think about cracking shit, she start crying.
She said, elephants.
Yeah, the best part was when he asked was she still on the dope. Her first love. That shit was classic. But I didn't like like they got Franklin, and Franklin was a quintessential hustler.
Mm.
I said, shout out to my buddy Wood over at Pay Me No Mind podcast. We was rapping about it. I said that Franklin would have got, first off, Franklin wasn't a cold blood killer.
Yeah.
How they had him shoot Miguel after the when they broke into the safe.
Mm.
First off, they bring Peaches back and he a dope head.
That pissed me off too. I was like, that was pointless.
He done fucking smoked up $5 million of dope.
Tyrone Biggums.
The shit was so fucking like we say, it just ran together super fast. So you had to have things to build up to it, and then how the PR he's disgusted at Franklin. I'm not doing nothing for you.
Right.
Why are you mad? Like now, what they doing? They paint Franklin as this villain that everybody's angry or upset with, so it makes him less likable. So it's more acceptable for how y'all gonna do it. The drunk shit bothered me.
Yeah,
I said that we grew up in a particular time and suffered around particular things where I can't think of a single dude who was a big time dope boy who ended up a drunk.
Right.
Not a single one.
I was definitely
not a single one. It wasn't believable to me.
He didn't even go to jail. Like,
he didn't go to jail. He just ducked all the smoke. All the smoke. So the main thing is they got him holed up in this house, right? He worse off than Mel. He worse off than his father. He ended up worse than everybody who ended up living.
Maybe that's the connection they was trying to make.
But that shit didn't hit for me.
It didn't hit at all until you just said it. I'm like, maybe.
They trying to make it like, now you like your father.
We grasped it. Yeah, grasped it.
Too cold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. I'm satisfied. So this nigga had a Dove's Cry fucking episode.
Dove's Cry.
So, listen. Then they go get this nigga, he wanted his drink. You know, so they try to bring it back where he's now at the place buying his liquor where he used to work at. They bring all that full circle. Where he told Mel that she asked him, is this what you want? He's like, no, I want freedom. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to do this forever? He's like, no, I want freedom. I'm paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. So then that's what he played back at the end, tell Leon I'm free. Nigga, free from what? A real hustler who Franklin was at the beginning. And this how they play it back, man. When he first got that break from Avi told him to bring back 12 stacks. He get 12 stacks out of that safe. Franklin could have took that 12 stacks and did something with that. He wasn't just gonna shoot Miguel if we just being consistent with the character. He wasn't just gonna shoot him for no reason. What was the cause of that? You weren't even drunk. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't even like I was drunk. Then he's just shooting people. Ain't nobody calling the police. He shot 3 people.
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on. Then my final thing is, why would the police run in with a battery ram for eviction notice? It made me scared to get behind on rent. You niggas ran with a battery ram and 3 cars.
The sheriff gonna come. Nigga.
This shit was weird, and just the biggest part was when they paid homage to Boys in the Hood, where they shooting the movie in the alley.
Yeah.
That shit was dope to me, man. I love that little tie-in because that was a good shout out to John Singleton. Mm-hmm. And if you pause, you get to see Dope Boy Ricky and
I did see it.
And that
Easter egg.
Yeah, I like that shit though. And that was just to pay homage to the late great John Singleton. But otherwise, that episode was a shit show. And anybody else tell me otherwise, their whole life, I hope they watched the 5th season of Wire. Nothing else.
Okay.
Off my television soapbox.
Yeah. That's a hurtful statement.
Yeah, I wish it. What are you watching?
After that?
Anything remarkable on right now that you fucking with?
Man, it's a show called Severance. On it's on Apple TV, but all real niggas can bootleg it anywhere. But it's kind of dope. It's like when the dude gets a high paying job, and then they say, but the catch is you got to put this thing in your brain called severance. And what happens is when you go to work, you can't remember shit about outside of work. You can't remember your life or nothing going on outside of work. And then when you leave work, you can't remember shit about work.
How much you get?
Huh?
How much money you get?
It's probably like $80,000, $90,000. I don't know, something like some high paying salary job that anybody would probably go for. And they're like, that's it? Okay.
How much they got to pay you to forget?
Well, see, look, it's a catch to it too.
Yeah.
They don't know if the shit they seeing when they at work is like actual shit. So they just clicking on shit, like how people at work be just clicking on shit and they try to look like they busy. They just be clicking on shit. They like, finally, we got it done. Like they ain't even really doing nothing at work like most niggas is. It's like, you know how when you leave your job, you wake up, you feel like, okay, my life is finally starting. Like that's kind of what it is. And what you know how you go on a weekend and it feel like the weekend go by fast as hell and you right back at work.
Yeah.
When them niggas try to leave work,
Yeah.
they come right back in the door and they be like, "That was a weekend? What the fuck?"
Nah.
Like this is real. It's dope, man, because it's like
what is it called?
The parallels to fucking the average nigga at work is amazing. But
what is it called?
Severance. Yeah. I got a lot of famous actors in it too that you would recognize, like Christopher Walken and a bunch of other people. Yeah. Adam Scott is the lead, I think.
I'm gonna check that out. I just finished the 6th season of Better Call Saul.
Man, that was so good.
Man, that shit good as hell, ain't it?
Man, it was so good.
Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad.
You can't have one without the other. Love and movies. No,
it conflicted me, man, as far as which one was better.
No, they did that shit so perfectly.
It's crazy.
Give them more awards. Shit, how do you?
If they were to do something else in the Breaking Bad universe, which I don't think is possible, but theoretically, if it was, what would it be? If you was just assumed. Nothing.
Nah, cause she ain't gonna do it. Fucking Wexler ain't gonna fucking do nothing.
She's not interested by herself.
She too spooked too.
She's not a standalone character. One thing I'll say,
like this nigga got 50-something years.
86, nigga.
86, yeah.
86. Listen, these are spoilers for anybody who's watching who haven't had a chance to catch up. Stop listening right now or do this. But I didn't like how Howard got killed. I didn't like that shit at all.
Yeah.
I didn't like that shit at all. And I wasn't a big Howard fan, but I liked Howard a little bit enough to where that fuck with me.
I guess they did a good job then.
They did.
Because they did. You can't take Howard out like that. Why Howard had to go like that?
He deserved so much better.
He had a promising life.
He died so young. What we got on deck though? I know we got a lot of stuff more relevant than H. What was Howard? What was it? McGill? What was that? Fuck him.
Hamlin
and McGill.
Howard Hamlin. Okay, well, what is
Saul gonna break out of prison. He fucked that 7 up. I didn't understand that. He fucked that 7 up. 7 up. Pun intended.
Maybe he gets out of jail. I don't know.
You said maybe what?
That's tough. I don't think it goes anywhere after that.
Nah, it's my hope. I'm just a hopeful individual.
Nigga, they killing niggas in Singapore over weed. Nigga, it was just 420 in the United States.
It was all good just a week
ago. Here we go again. Niggas thinking shit is okay everywhere. And this ain't
I blame the internet.
Yeah, this ain't particularly the same thing, but Singapore, they executed a man for trafficking 2 pounds of weed. A Singaporean man was convicted of trying to traffic around 2.2 pounds of weed. He was executed on Wednesday, a sentence lambasted by right groups and campaigners for severity at a time when many other nations, including neighboring countries, have adopted a more lenient approach toward drugs and capital punishment. While cannabis has been legalized in a growing number of nations worldwide, Singapore maintains some of the world's harshest drug laws, and its government remains adamant that capital punishment works to deter drug traffickers and remain in place to maintain public safety. Nigga, off with their heads. 46-year-old was put to death.
Hold on, don't duck that motherfucking name, nigga. Don't duck that name. Don't duck that name. Do your best. don't duck that name.
Tangaraju. Sapaya.
Since he was supplying that weed.
The Sapaya. A 46-year-old Singaporean was put to death on Wednesday in Changi Prison. Singapore Prison Service said in a brief statement. His sister, Lilavati Sapaya, told CNN that her brother had been hanged and that the family had received a death certificate. Damn. It was Singapore's first execution in 6 months.
Hold on.
What the fuck?
When they say it was Singapore's first execution I went on my own shit. I said in 100 years. in 40 years, in 6 months, man.
Drum roll, nigga.
Man.
6 whopping months.
Man.
It says in the days leading up to him being hung, family members and activists made public appeals for clemency and questioned the safety of his conviction.
Trying to die safe. Nigga trying to die humanely.
He was sentenced to death in 2018 for abetting the trafficking of more than 1 kilogram of cannabis.
You can only have a key of cannabis, nigga.
Nigga, 1,000 grams. Yeah. According to a statement from Central CNB. Yeah.
Man, listen. And they tried to peel the shit. What's crazy is, like, people are judging this situation by liberal standards. United States think that they the
morality.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for, the morality. So it's like, if we smoke here, everybody can smoke.
Right.
But if we ain't smoke here, can't nobody smoke. These people gotta understand, like, it's a lot of people who probably just appalled by this shit. But they don't understand that's the law of their land.
They coming over everybody's country on some Karen shit. They smoking over here still.
Yeah. Hey, they can you imagine though? Like, you out here and shit, you fucking up. And it ain't like that you going to jail, somebody say, we take you to the gallows. Man, do you know what the fuck that would do to my stomach? Like, it's not just if we're gonna execute you, that's a dang. But to the gallows, they got so much fucking sauce on it.
Because you got that's the road to your death.
Yeah, it's like the Singapore Mile. Not the green man.
No,
this shit is scary, man. Like,
no. Hey, but they killing this nigga over plants, B. Over flowers.
Listen, you sound like American. You sound like American.
No,
they ain't killing him over plants and flowers. They killing him because he broke their law.
Hey, but I mean, when you reduce it at the end of the day and put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Hold on. Because now I got to come off my high horse. This chair's sitting kind of high, so I was up here getting this fucking uppity oxygen. And
like life or plants?
Now, when you just say it like that, nigga, we got to fucking protest. Who do we adequately speak to get him brought back?
Who was that?
They went to the European Union. When I'm gonna tell you, man, there's gonna be some catalysts. We gotta see if Singapore got some kind of natural resources.
We gotta go get Robert Kraft or something for this shit. Like,
not without meat. Not without meat. You gotta have meat with this
Robert
shit.
And Robert.
That's sad though, man. This motherfucker, he really thought it was Snowfall. He thought he was out here hustling and shit. I guarantee you, he had a teddy.
2 pounds.
Teddy. That's scary though, man. But I'm telling you what's more scary than that.
What's that?
It's how come I try not to order Uber Eats. Because I don't want to be caught up in a situation like this. One, I don't order it, but two, I definitely wouldn't be an Uber Eats driver. And this all goes down to this menacing individual and Uber Eats driving. It says that Uber Eats driving makes his last driving, and Uber Eats driver makes his last delivery of the day. Was allegedly killed and dismembered by a parole gang member. Police described as "quote unquote" demonic. This is just a gruesome case. This is horrible. Pasco Sheriff Chris Noko said at a Tuesday news conference announcing the arrest of Oscar Solis, 30, on murder charges. This person just yanked him in and killed him. Police said that the remains of the victim, who was identified by family as Randall Cook, were found on trash bags around the suspect's home in Holiday, Florida. The slaying happened on April the 19th. Cook, 59, dropped off his wife at home and went out to make deliveries. He was texting back and forth with her throughout his shift, and at 6:43 p.m., he said he's making his last stop and will be home soon.
Damn.
That's the really being killed in a gruesome way like this.
Hey.
Wait, real quick. This is after midnight killing. The way he got killed, this shit's supposed to happen after midnight when you don't hear shit but crickets and cats. You ain't supposed to get killed at 6:43 in Florida because you know it's daytime down in Florida at 6:43.
What?
Go ahead, it's demonic.
Fucking ominous foreshadowing too. Like, what did he say to her again?
I'll be back.
What did he say exactly?
He said that he's making his last stop. Will be home soon.
He's making his last stop, and he's going to be home soon. Damn.
Anyway. He never arrived, and his wife eventually called police, who sent patrol officers to look for him with no luck. I wonder how late was it for her to be like, I gotta call police. Like, how incompetent was he where he couldn't make it home late and she called the police? If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, If
It's
I'm actually
9:05.
I need to actually mean this because I'm gonna tell you two things. She didn't respect him. I'm gonna tell you why she didn't respect him as a man. She automatically knew that he wasn't cool enough to be over some bitch house. She knew he had to be dead if he wasn't home.
And didn't have no friends. Or
Didn't
nothing.
have shit going on but her. So she said that he has nothing going on outside of me, so he must be dead.
I guess 10
If
o'clock.
you ask any woman you deal with, like, how long before you call the police to think I'm missing? Like, how many times do you call my phone, send me stupid text messages, voicemail? I know you with them bitches. I know until you start thinking he might be dead. That's crazy. It says police said the remains of the victim, who was identified by I read that. The case has been was then transferred to the missing person unit, which contacted Uber Eats and got coordinates of his last stop. Big brother out here, man. The iron scars everywhere. That's how Saul got caught in that trash can.
Mm-hmm.
On April the 20th, 420. On April the 420, detectives went to the house in question and walked around it. No one answered the door until they left. When they returned the next day, Saul's roommate was home and he gave the police access to security video. You snitch ass nigga.
He bogus.
We fucked up. The footage showed Cook approaching the house, and then the feed cut out. But the video also shows police carrying trash bags out of the side of the house the next day. Police
Spring
said
cleaning.
it's very perfectly plausible that he just had some shit he needed to get rid of. The detective searched the bags and found the driver's body parts. This is when it gets gruesome. That was her soulmate, Cook's stepdaughter, Brittany Zobas, told the Tampa Bay Times, referring to her mother. I looked at him as more of a father than my own father.
Damn.
I know her father clapped when he heard this goddamn news. Just with that disrespectful shit. Hey, Dak, nope. Can you? Nope. That's a dead nigga. Now you done took the gloves off. If we have a relationship, the relationship is fractured.
And I'm changing my title. You don't call me dad no more. I'm father.
Hey, mama's ex. listen. I'll go ask that nigga in the glad bag.
Daddy ex.
Go ask that nigga in the hefty.
That's funny.
Solis was initially picked up and held on charges of felony registered as a felon. The sheriff said that he is a MS-13 gang member with a long rap sheet full of violent crimes, including allegations he stabbed someone while serving time in Indiana. He is a very violent individual, the sheriff said, adding that charges were upgraded to murder and robbery, as if we need the robbery.
We got to give him everything he's got.
Solis had recently moved to Florida. He lives where his father lives. His father had lived in the house where the driver was killed, but moved out to make room for his son. This is crazy. This is insane. They said what he did was demonic. I wonder if he was just like, hold on, man.
Where did that come in?
I'm about to skip some shit, but this is very pertinent to me and you because now it made me feel like it could have happened to us.
Okay.
It does not appear he knew the victim. I kept asking what's the connection. This was absolutely a horrific crime of passion. This is demonic. What he did was demonic, Noko said, but at the same time, we couldn't answer the questions. Why? All that appears is that there was a gentleman who was working. He was doing his last delivery for the night, and this person killed him. Cook's wallet and wedding ring were found in Solis' house. His car was found several blocks away. Police are looking for two young people who were seen leaving the house about an hour before the homicide. Now I feel attacked with his next statement. Solis was a gamer, and they may have been there playing video games with him. So this is somebody in our community who committed this horrendous crime, this demonic crime. And I can only wonder if you was just to assume what game was he playing.
He was playing Fortnite. He had his headphones on too. And he was yelling at some fucking prepubescent teen about something.
Cussing them out.
Yeah.
Talking to them like they was equal age, like they could. Oh my gosh.
He just got called nigger by
and he's not in the word. He's not even in the word.
Right.
Well, does this make you scared to perhaps do these type of jobs?
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. How strong do it? How strong do it gotta be to drag you else? You're gonna chop you up in pieces.
He's gotta be about that. He's like gotta be serious. Nigga say. And then what he do with the car?
Took it down the street.
It's like that's what I'm like. What was that nigga had a hankering for some horrific homicide?
Hey, hold on. We not just gonna cruise by that. He had a what?
He had a hankering for a horrific homicide.
A hankering. This nigga was hankering to chop somebody in pieces. What else we got on deck, man? What else is going on in the weird world? Weird wide web.
These bitches is getting thirstier by the day.
Man, listen. Nissan gang is going crazy.
Well,
Nissan Altima gang, they done left the fucking mean streets of the hood, and they out here fucking with TSA. The Nissan gang is out of control. These bitches is uncontrollable. I'm scared.
A woman attacked and bit a TSA officer for confiscating her apple juice at a Sky Harbor airport.
And it wasn't even barbershop.
3 Transportation Security Administration officers, TSA, were allegedly attacked by a woman going through security at Phoenix Sky Harbor on Tuesday morning. Police say 19-year-old Micaiah Coleman attacked the TSA officers around 6 a.m., red eyes, at the checkpoint in Terminal 4. The 3 TSA officers were injured, and the checkpoint was closed. Phoenix police were called to the airport and arrested Coleman. 2 TSA officers involved in the attack were taken to the hospital for injuries, but were later released. Nigga, when you see the mug shot, nigga, she did that.
First off, the description of how the shit happened, that's where the shit gets funny.
Okay, here we go. In the court documents, authorities detailed that Coleman was upset that they took away her apple juice while going through security because large amounts of liquids aren't allowed through security. She reportedly was then ranting, trying to get her items from the bin from the TSA agent.
Bitch ass niggas gonna dump my orange juice.
My apple juice. Who drank my apple juice? Eve from barbershop. Right? So
she called all kinds of bitches and shit. And she making direct eye contact with her insults.
She trying to get an item from the bin, and then from the TSA agent, who then pushed her away. At that point, officers allege that Coleman got on top of the table.
This is the goofy part.
Another agent tried to grab her from around the waist when Coleman allegedly elbowed him in the head and caused the concussion. Court papers say the agent's shirt was ripped.
Listen, I'm scared for the country. I am scared for the country.
That's all it takes.
Because this little ass girl caused all this pain. She gave one of them niggas a concussion. She hopped up on the desk and elbowed that nigga, took him out. One little 19-year-old rat took him out.
Elbow whammy.
Concussion. Can you imagine going home and explain to your mother? Because all TSA agents live with their mama. Can you go home and explain to your mama how come you can't do the dishes?
It was 6 of them. It was 6 people. What are you gonna say?
She beat up 6 TSA agents.
Nah, I'm just saying. You better lie and say it was 6. Okay. You got your ass elbowed in the face by. You was not disemboweled. You were. What's the word? Disabled anyway.
Hold on, no, because we're gonna get this shit. You were disarmed.
Disarmed. You were
took your weapons.
Nigga, you was
you was disbrained.
Nigga, they
involuntary brain
nigga, they
slaughter.
sat your ass down with an elbow, and you were fucking TSA supposed to prevent the next September 11th. Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
I have no confidence. They do more at dumping out. They took my shea butter out because they said it was too much.
This is the titty and juice
and
police.
If I had known that I could have got in contact with this menace, this Glorilla reject, we could have turned up.
Shit, hero, nigga, because this is the titty and juice police. They throwing out everybody liquids and grabbing, copping fields on everybody.
Now you on your way to your comedy showcase, and you at the airport, and you see this. How do you respond? Do you jump in on her side?
How do I respond, nigga?
Do you jump in and fight, nigga?
I'm on the flight too, right?
You in line right behind her.
Oh yeah, how I'm gonna respond? I'm definitely gonna pull out my cell phone. Like every other real nigga. And then I'm like, come on, man, can y'all get out of line though? Man. While I'm doing this, while I'm walking backwards. Yeah. Yeah, get that bitch out of line though. Shit, we trying to go. I'm saying we trying to go somewhere. I'm at motherfucker at Walmart in the back of the line, like, shit, y'all can't open up no more lines. Yeah, shit, it's only one of y'all. Shit, damn. But yeah, I ain't gonna do shit. I'll be like, beat her ass.
I'm scared of her, man. I'm scared of those kind of people.
Nigga, she's smiling. I'm
scared of people who don't fear authority.
Yeah, she's smiling at her mugshot, nigga. She got to get the full sentence.
She do, man. Listen, man. What? How do we describe this, man? She look like Miguel Nunez on Life when Eddie Murphy told him to smile. You about to get up out of here. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh God!
Yeah, that's what she look like.
Not Django Lane boyfriend.
Yeah, ain't that crazy? What was that nigga name?
I don't remember.
Damn. That's what you're known as.
The documents go on to say, a short time later, Coleman gets up, takes off her shirt, grabs an agent by the ponytail, and punches her with her fist 3 to 5 times.
She took her shirt off.
Took her shirt off. Shirt off, my shirt off. As the assault continues, there's more. Wait a minute.
I guarantee you this ain't her first assault.
There's more. Nigga, she is a thoroughly skilled MMA fighter. As the assault...
Snatch a nigga up and chop him up at 6:34 p.m. in Holiday, Florida.
She ain't got to chop a nigga up, nigga. She got them hands. Man. As the assault continues, another agent tries to get her to pull away. Tries to get her to pull away. And Coleman reportedly swings at them before biting the agent. In an interview with detectives, Coleman said she was mad about having to leave security to get food and then come back through security. She then said she didn't actually bite anyone.
I ain't bite. I'm nibble.
Yeah, it was just my teeth had grazed their skin.
So y'all trying to tell me y'all nibble people?
While I was falling. She's from Little Rock, and she said she's getting misdemeanor
Little
charges
Rock
now. Her bond said it's $4,500. $4,500 after all that.
The story is priceless though.
On a government agent. Ain't this what this is called now?
That's what they call
it. This is the TSA. Let's see. Arizona's family reached out to the TSA and received a statement. No. We already said that. The unprovoked and brazen physical attack. This unprovoked and brazen physical attack against our employees is unacceptable. We are grateful for our committed workforce and the role they play in protecting the traveling public every day. Unfortunately, this situation not only resulted in 3 of our TSA agents on being injured, but inconvenienced approximately 450 travelers who had to be redirected to a nearby checkpoint. So another door.
I wonder who paid her for this diversion. Cause it was something afoot that we're not privy to right now. But she was a diversion. She was a distraction. She got paid pretty good for it. It wasn't no apple juice. I just refuse to believe that she did all this over some apple juice. I am convinced that she's aligned with some sort of unknown terrorist group. When I say unknown, I'm saying unknown to the general public. The United States shadow government following them for the last 15 years and perhaps even trained some of them. She could be an operative. But it's something going on here. I'm not absolutely sure, but I'm gonna keep my ears peeled to when this does happen.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Listen, though.
That was just a funny story.
How tall are you, Jason?
I'm 6 feet.
Have you ever wished that you were 6'2" and a half?
Boy, howdy.
Listen. It's crazy because of vanity.
You can get them 2 inches out your shoes though.
Man, listen, man, put on some thick socks.
Yeah, nigga, you can get that in your shoes.
Me and Jameen was just sharing this shit on TikTok, man. These niggas are weird. I understand some. I don't always agree with some things women do, but I get it. Like the BBL thing, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand. Like you ain't got nothing else going for you. How about I go buy an ass? Short kings rise up. The internet calls popular leg lengthening surgery the men's BBL, and I'm inclined to agree with that assertion. I'm not gonna go too deep into this because I don't want to keep looking like we're doing news report this shit.
Yeah, but
men are actually out here getting leg lengthening surgeries to increase like 2 inches, 3. I don't know how. The point is, these things getting tall.
Let's call it the skilo surgery, nigga.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish I was a baller.
I wish I had some legs that could stretch.
A little bit taller.
Listen, it says a 40-year-old man from Minnesota named Moses Gibson spent 75 racks to increase his 5-foot frame by 3 inches to get more dates. After a successful first surgery, he shelled out another $98,000 last month, hoping to get himself up to 5'10". 5'8" wasn't good enough. He said he didn't like 5'8" bitches. He said he didn't like what he could see at 5'8". He wanted to see if he could see something better at 5'10".
What this nigga get? What that gonna look like though, nigga? This nigga gonna have an extra knee? Like this shit gonna look weird, nigga.
Listen, he said after the first procedure, I was happy with it to some extent, but it was always in my mind that I wanted to do a second one to complete it. I'll be happy at 5'10", but if my body and everything else allows me to go 3 inches to get to 5'11", that's even better. I advise anybody who wants to go for it, it's definitely worth it. I'm definitely wanting to spread the word, and if I can help other people through it, then so be it. I'm glad he's become the martyr for motherfucking tall niggas, short niggas getting tall. He's become the fucking brand ambassador for new legs.
This nigga went from little Steven Rogers to fucking Captain America in one surgery, huh?
You did.
A little miniature.
That's exactly what he did.
What the fuck is happening in this world? Niggas getting stretched out. Vertically though now.
Man, it's weird for men to be this
shallow.
This shallow. Because we've always been known to adjust to the bad throw. That's my shit, man. Listen, everybody can be a receiver, but the great receivers adjust to the bad throw. When the ball's thrown out the way, you go get it. I always tell people that I'm like Randy Moss in that 98 draft. Like anybody passed on me, they regret it because I went to the Hall of Fame. I ended up in the Hall of Fame.
I got my blazer, bitch.
Listen, men usually adapt to these things, man.
It's called paying for
we
pussy.
Always. That's how you get through training.
That was the adaptation. You pay for it.
The adaptation was if you wasn't handsome, you'd be funny. If you weren't funny, you'd be smart.
That's the natural.
If you weren't smart, you'd be rich. You adapt.
You see, you started too natural at first. Yeah. Nigga, it's just all right. Quick solution right now. Money.
Yeah. So he had, and you got all that money.
You hate yourself.
You was out here paying. You paid $200,000 to be going from 5'5" to 5'10".
You hate yourself, King.
Short king, nigga.
Short king.
Hey, you think he walked like a gazelle coming out the mama butt?
They definitely got a sloppy ass gait now, nigga. That motherfucker got a sloppy gait, nigga. That's the only way you can describe that shit. That nigga got to flip his legs up like he got fucking scuba feet on, nigga. Like he got flippers on. That's all I can see. And then his knee like been real complicated, like.
That shit's crazy.
His knee looks like
man, you know how, listen, these dudes are low-key almost serial killers.
It is.
Because they one bad joke from snapping.
They really is. And not because of the weird surgery. Like,
and everybody's on social media killing them. How do you
show up at work the next
taller? Like they been grabbing your shit off the top of the refrigerator. You notice anything different about me? Is it your hair? And you get shitty because they didn't say shit about your 4 inches that you just grew.
No, I got
if you could change anything about your physical self, what would it be? If anything.
I probably don't pay attention enough to scrutinize over something that I would want to change. I think I only really change the stuff that I know that I can change. And I should change. I don't believe in really going against your genetics, honestly, because your frame ain't built for that, or whatever it is, you probably ain't supposed to have. It's kind of where I sit on that, man. Like it's done. Yeah, it's weird to me.
Do you think that these men will get more scrutiny than one who got a BBL? They'll get laughed at more.
Well, by the people who knew him as a short person, hell yeah.
Do you think that this is unfair? And what I mean by that, if you went and got your Zach Morris wig as opposed to a black girl getting a Kelly Kapowski wig, do you think you get more ridicule?
That's funny. Yeah. That's why these niggas started putting all these colors in their hair in the first place. They like, man,
weird,
if white guys can go blonde, then so can I. Thanks,
How
Wiz Khalifa.
how they get this shit out of their face?
Uh-huh.
How they get their hair out of their face again?
Damn, that's right though.
Hey man, this shit weird, man. Listen, I'm
Niggas
glad.
wearing wigs. I mean, like hairpiece. Like we niggas always had toupees, but like these niggas get 27 pieces like these hood rap.
Yeah, I'm glad I got
called.
I'm glad I got called ugly early. I'm glad the motherfucker said when I was little.
He said it's no
your
hope.
hair nappy. I'm
Bet.
glad.
Bet.
So the next time I heard it, it didn't fucking shock me. You know what I'm saying? It didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad y'all got that shit out. Like, how the fuck you 25 realize you short?
That really do though. Like, man, I think we might have said this before though, but like, you did just say this. Nigga, that was your incentive back in the day to become good at something.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you ain't funny, maybe you're not funny, whatever.
Yeah.
But nigga, you like, nigga, I'm finna become rich. I'm finna become
a
basketball player. I'm finna do something. And then to make you want me or make you sad about it.
Yeah.
But
nigga, I said I'm gonna be a Hall of Famer.
That's niggas say, I'm just finna go to the doctor. I'll show you.
Hey,
I'll go to the doctor.
Little.
What the fuck is you calling little?
Bitch, I got $200,000 to waste. I'll show you.
And I can see a nigga come back overdoing it too. Like, you little peon bitch. I'm 7 feet tall now. Nigga, you was 4'5".
Now you gotta go buy a whole new wardrobe. You gotta go get some more clothes.
Nigga, everything's Capri's.
I wonder, like, when the natural, you know what I'm saying, when you natural your bones, then they do say something, you get shorter. I don't know what exactly it is, but like, I wonder how bad that shit hurt.
It's gonna be bad though when you get older though, for sure.
What we got, man?
He might snap in two pieces. How about
let's hit the one you was talking about.
Which one first? Keke or the
we'll wrap up these last two.
Okay.
Jason said this to me in the middle of the week.
This shit is ridiculous.
I just want y'all to know that I had nothing to do with this nonsense.
I definitely did.
I just want y'all to know that.
Apparently, because since we live in Indiana, and this is local news too, I guess why don't we start with this? Low-key, local news. The Indiana County councilman comes out as a woman of color.
You black bitch.
In Muncie. Oh, God. In Muncie.
Delaware County.
Yeah, Muncie, Indiana. In a recent Facebook post, Delaware County councilman Ryan Webb announced he now identifies as a black woman. He clarified with iTeam 8 he identifies as an American Indian woman. Sorry, where are my manners? While Webb has received some support, he says he's been facing backlash, including violent threats.
What he said, a Native American woman?
Yeah.
How you
American Indian.
How can you disrespect them? Like, what do you say? Move, Tonto bitch. Move, you big dick Indian. What do you say to her? How do you insult?
Move over, Sacagawea. I'm hoping that this individual is not making a mockery of what it means to be more in a marginalized community. But I have a feeling that that's exactly what's happening. Said Dana Black. Coincidence?
That's racist.
A political strategist, sorry. Man, fuck that, of some podcast. Webb declined the interview but gave this statement to iTeam 8. Our family has been receiving violent threats throughout the day from intolerant liberals who refuse to accept my decision to live my life however I choose. I don't really see how an interview will improve this situation. Wow. It's unfortunate, but a group called Indiana Progressives has decided to organize a hate and harassment campaign against me and my family.
Wait a minute, how you talk? I can hear that shit. I can hear that shit. Go ahead.
By publishing my address and encouraging people to unlawfully congregate at my home. You can read their comments on my public posts. I have to look out for the safety of my family, including our 6 children. There are people with serious mental health issues, encouraging people who are unwelcome to come to my home. So I think it's best to politely decline your on-camera interview, damn it.
Why you sound like a motherfucker on American Dad?
It's unfortunate that I cannot simply be given the same space and respect to explore my identity that so many of those targeting me.
Man, move your dick.
So many of those targeting me demand for themselves. I have announced my position, and that has not changed. I do not need anyone to approve or validate who I am for me to live my life the way I choose. I don't feel like an on-camera interview is necessary or warranted. I'm simply living my life without concern for what others may think about my own personal decisions. Jesus, does he say it again in a different way? I have recently decided to live my life however I choose to identify, which happens to be as a woman of color. My American Indian heritage is not up for debate, although many would like it to be.
This got to be satire.
Definitely. This is an SNL skit.
Yeah.
It's possible I may change my mind down the road. The process of identity exploration is complex, and oftentimes at the end of our personal journey, we end right back where we started. I hope that in the future, those asking for tolerance and understanding are willing to give it in return, and not just to those who they feel is worthy of it. Nobody has the authority to validate or invalidate any individual who chooses to identify a certain way.
I'm not stupid. This is this has to be tongue in cheek, where he's combating people who identify as males, women who identify as men, or men identify as women, especially when he says his children. So I think that the sicko community is very aware of what's going on. That's why they harass him, man. Being very cautious how they approach the subject, but he's raising a very valid point. We are in a time where you can just say what you are, you can just be that, and nobody is saying nothing about it. I might come in here as a motherfucking white woman next week myself. Who knows?
Hey, man.
I've been feeling kind of Janish lately.
Janish. Not Manish, Janish.
Yeah,
to avoid confusion, everybody can continue to address me as Ryan or Councilman Webb. I will also retain my preferred pronouns of he and him. However, this will in no way diminish my true identity as a woman.
Underneath it all, I am a pussy.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
I'm a big fat pussy. So,
hey,
what?
We're going to wrap up soon, though, man. But it just in conjunction with this weirdo culture, Keke Palmer. Are you a fan of her?
Spokeswoman for bullshit.
Keke Palmer recently just said that she has questions about why her gender had to be defined. Which it's weird as shit, man. I just seen somebody say they're gonna raise their child as a baby, not as a baby, but a baby.
Yeah.
Like we figured this out in fourth grade. You say if you want to be a girl or boy, but until then you're a baby. You're not a baby. Which baby is both genders. But these people are very sick. Over the weekend, Keke attended the annual Los Angeles LGBT Center Gala. At this event, she, Pamela Anderson, and late comedian Leslie Jordan. Who the fuck is Leslie Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Were honored, and the Palmer got candid during her speech. This bitch was out here pandering to weirdos. First of all, I gotta look up Leslie Jordan.
This is all.
Oh, man, you know that little weird ass man.
Okay.
You know him. He always talks like this.
Okay.
Oh man, I hope I did him justice. You get a chance to look up Leslie Jordan.
I'm looking it up.
But she was out there turned up. She's showing out for him and stuff, and I'm really acting like I'm buying time, but I got to refresh my interview.
Pandering.
Straight up pandering. After acknowledging the gender-based expectations have been a source of pain and resentment. She opened about how she always questioned the box that she was forced to be in. These motherfuckers weird. Why did my gender have to be defined to define the power that I have in this world? And why does my gender get to decide my sexuality? You know, since I was a young girl, I always questioned the boxes I was forced in. What kind of little girl was saying, why I gotta sit down and pay? What kind of little girl was saying, why you putting this blue magic in my hair and burning me with this hot comb? What little girl was sitting here wondering this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this, you wasn't thinking about this shit as no little girl. This is some modern shit. You about to say something?
All I was really gonna say was that I like between these two stories, I really identify with these two.
You identify what?
I identify with these two people in these whole situations because, like, I can remember even as a kid, you know, and they had those boxes on the standardized test on the Scantron sheet. They say, "What are you?" They said, "Check a box," and I decidedly, specifically, will always check white. White. Even to this day, I will still check white every time because my mom, maybe not necessarily my mom, but maybe how the world as I understood it. I'm like, man, if they think I'm white, then I might get a better score on this test and they might not fuck it up, or they might, they might not give me a bad grade. Like I didn't earn the grade. Like they won't give me a bad grade. Yeah. So like I carry that with me even as an adult. I maintain that shit. And I really do. Like even the jobs that I got, I always put white because I'm like, what the fuck?
Jason Ritchie is very passable, so you say you passing.
I just want to see the look.
Are you out here passing?
I'm sick. No, I'm a sick nigga. I want to see the look on them fucking niggas' face when I get there. They're like, you're not lying.
What?
Who is that waiting in the lobby? Why is he here? So yeah, I understand. It's advantageous.
She's sick though. She said that she also proclaimed, I never felt woman enough. I've never felt man enough. I always felt like I was a little bit of everything. She said, so often I lead with masculinity. And as a woman, I've always been met with so much disdain. How do women think they being masculine when you're not even a man? You don't even know what masculinity is. They think masculinity is putting on baggy shorts and shit and start cussing a lot.
Go play basketball.
That shit is goofy, man. I always really wanted to be like my father, to be taken seriously and not diminished because I was a woman. It all boils down to penis envy. She said, I want to be like my father and not to be diminished like my mother. It's just it's penis envy. It's nothing.
If you want to be the next Billy D. Williams, then say that thing. If you want to be sex fluid or whatever the fuck it is.
He said he didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
Sometimes I feel like a man. Sometimes I feel like
I thought he was going to say a nut. Hey, it's a weird world out here and we are suffering from involuntary brain slaughter. The world is. When I say we, I'm just making myself inclusive, but I don't believe that as it pertains to me.
We just live here.
That's it. That's all. Hey, it's another fantastic show. The best podcast you never heard
Absolutely.
of. The Conceited Knowbody. This is episode 230. What you got going on? Hey, anything remarkable? Anything of note?
We got a lot of shows. I'm planning on doing a lot of shows coming up, so stay tuned for those. They're coming to an ear near you. And follow me, of course, as usual. Follow me at GoJasonR on all social media. And, of course, follow at TCK Podcast, the Conceited Knowbody Podcast on all social media. How about you, my brother?
Jeremy said that he done started doing porn. Jeremy said he started doing porn. I didn't know how to bring that to you. I had to break it to you out like I had to just.
That's how we end the show.
I'll give you something to think about on your way home. but that's what he told me. He said he been on Pornhub, man. They took down his videos because some girl baby daddy found out. We'll talk about it later. It was in my heart to tell you that.
Oh God, you guys.
One more, equally just as bad. Jovi bought a blue check mark on Twitter.
Oh, we know a famous nigga.
Me and Voodoo Joey be going back and forth one day. It just looked different. And I saw that blue check. And I said, nigga. I said, no, you didn't. I said, no, I've been joking on niggas getting blue checks and you went and did it. He said, yeah, but he said some cool shit with his yeah. It was more than yeah. It was like, yeah. But I'm like, nigga, don't you understand that this is like everybody that ran the train on the girl and now you got her? All the cool niggas already hit her and now you with her? Like everybody said no to Twitter check mark. We not paying for this, but you said I am.
It's gonna be a new check mark now. It's gonna be like a green check mark or something now.
I ain't gonna be stuck with that blue. I expected more out of Joey, man. I don't understand why he wanted a check mark that bad. I don't want nothing that I got to pay for in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Like to get the check mark was on some cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was like these niggas recognize you. What this? He said, "Yeah, I'm official like a whistle." He said, "Yeah, I'm official like a whistle." I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I said, "Shout out to your check mark, nigga. You kind of made it."
Hey.
But we will be back next week with another episode of the best podcast you never heard of. Make sure you tune in. Go ahead and get your slander.
Niggers. Nigger.